Hello and welcome to the Explainer. So, it's been nearly 3 years since ChatGPT kind of changed everything for millions of us. And now, the next big evolution is here, GPT-5. OpenAI is calling it a massive leap forward, a step towards that big idea of artificial general intelligence. But, beyond all the hype, what's actually new under the hood? And how is it really different from the AI we're already using every day? Okay, let's dive in and break it all down.
To really get the scale of this, you just have to look at this one line from their launch presentation. Just let that sink in. The goal here isn't just to make a slightly better chatbot, it's about putting this incredible level of expertise right in your pocket, ready whenever you need it. This is a tool that's not just designed to answer your questions, but to actually help you get things done. This progression is really the key to understanding the whole thing. We've gone from GPT-3, which was kind of like a capable high schooler, to GPT-4, a pretty smart undergrad. But calling GPT-5 a PhD expert, that's not just some slick marketing. It really signals a fundamental change. We're moving away from just pulling up information and towards, deep reasoning, specialized knowledge, and a kind of reliability that's supposed to be world-class, no matter the field. So how in the world do you get an AI to think like a PhD? Well, it's not just about throwing more data at it. This big leap comes from a core technological shift in how the model actually thinks. It's moving away from just being fast and toward quality of thought. Let's take a look at the new engine that makes this all possible. The key idea here is a new capability they're calling reasoning. And think of it like this. With the older models, you'd get a fast, pretty simple answer. If you wanted something deeper, you had to, reprompt it, ask in a different way. GPT-5 is designed to make that call for you. It automatically looks at a problem and decides for itself, this one needs more thought. It pauses, dedicates more computation to it, a lot like a human expert would. And the results of this new reasoning engine, well, they're pretty stark. Across the board, from really complex coding to advanced math, GPT-5 isn't just a little bit better, it's setting brand new records. In fact, on some of these tests, like the one that measures graduate-level problem solving, its performance is now actually better than most human experts. It's a huge jump. Okay, benchmarks are impressive, but they can be a little abstract, right? So what does all this new power actually look like when you use it? This is where we go from the charts and graphs to some frankly stunning real-world demos. So check out this live demo. The request was pretty simple. Build a beautiful, highly interactive web app to learn French. It needed flashcards, quizzes, and even a little game with a mouse eating some cheese. Just 2 minutes later, 2 minutes, GPT-5 had spit out almost 400 lines of code and delivered a fully working, actually charming little application. This whole idea of software on demand is becoming real, right in front of us. And the improvement isn't just on the technical side, it's also creative. In another demo, they asked both GPT-4 and GPT-5 to write a eulogy for the older AI models. GPT-4's was fine, a bit generic, but GPT-5, wow. It produced prose that had rhythm and cadence and personality. It started with friends, colleagues, curious strangers, and it just captured the whole feeling of the moment so beautifully. It felt way less like a machine's response and more like a real conversation. Now, these demos are really impressive, for sure, but the real measure of any tech isn't what it can do in a fancy presentation, it's the impact it has on real people. And that's where the power of this new model becomes, well, truly profound. This is a quote from a woman named Carolina, who shared her story during the launch. After being diagnosed with 3 different kinds of cancer, she got her biopsy results in an email, and it was just full of complex medical terms she couldn't possibly understand. In that moment of pure panic, she uploaded a screenshot to ChatGPT, but when she tried that same report with the new GPT-5, something was totally different. The old model just translated the jargon. GPT-5, on the other hand, it understood the context. It didn't just explain the results, it actually anticipated what she would need, and it proactively generated a list of critical questions she should ask her doctor. It even highlighted which results were still pending. It went from being just a translator to being an informed partner in her own health journey. And Carolina's story isn't some one-off case. This deeper level of reasoning is already making huge changes across major industries. We're seeing it in finance, where analysis that used to take weeks is now getting done in just a few hours. We're seeing it in drug design and health insurance. The common thread is always the same: a massive speed up in solving really complex, data-heavy problems. So, all of this points to things moving, well, a lot faster. But maybe the most profound part of this whole launch isn't just the model itself, but what its creation tells us about the future of how AI is even built in the first place. This brings us to one of the most mind-bending ideas of the whole thing, a concept called recursive self-improvement. So what does that mean? Basically, to build GPT-5, OpenAI actually used older AI models to generate perfect high-quality training data. They used AI to teach the new model in a way that just messy, raw data from the web never could. In other words, AI has become a critical tool for building the next, even more powerful generation of AI. This flywheel of self-improvement, it's only going to get faster. We are literally watching, in real time, the first steps of a new evolution, one where our tools are becoming capable of designing their own successors. And that really leaves us with a huge open question. What happens next when the tools we build start building for themselves?